So, how did you come to run for federal Congress position?
I mean, basically just the state of our entire country. If you'd have told me a year and a half ago I'd be running for Congress, I would say absolutely not. Never going to happen. Served for a little bit over 20 years in the military. I was a Green Beret and deployed to combat a bunch. Only stopped doing that because about 3 years ago, my late wife, who was also in the military, was killed fighting ISIS in Syria about a month after Trump tried to get our troops out the first time. So after that, I resigned from the government, moved back out here to where I'm from, the Pacific Northwest, started speaking out on behalf of Trump's foreign policy, worked heavily in the Trump 2020 campaign, and then watched Antifa burn our district down, attack our country, COVID lock down the nation, take away a lot of our basic rights, then watch the election get stolen, and then the Republican Congresswoman that I voted for votes for the impeachment of President Trump. And so she had a horrible record leading up to that, but I figured it was time to get rid of her, and honestly, just nobody was stepping forward. You can have that. Nobody was stepping forward to take on the fight, and so I said, hey, if I don't do this, then I'm going to have to answer to my children what I did at this critical juncture, and I can't do that. So that's how I got here.
Then second question was, do you know anyone personally that has voted for Jamie Buehler, and on what issue have you managed to convert them out of doing so?
Well, I think here in this room tonight, there was probably about 100 people who voted for Jamie in the last cycle but won't be voting for her again. I think there's a couple different key issues. The issue I think that's been consistent for the last year and a half has been election integrity. People know that things went very wrong in 2020 and that we have to address that and fix our elections. So I don't think there's a lot of tolerance right now with your average American for people that aren't going to fight for election integrity. And Jamie certified the election. She didn't do anything to actually make sure our elections process are safe and secure. And that's something I'm not going to back down on. So election integrity is huge, but then also just the America First agenda of being energy independent, bringing back our manufacturing. That's absolutely critical right now. And then also just prioritizing the American people. Jamie is sending billions of dollars overseas. She is voting for COVID vaccine tracking databases, doing everything that doesn't really help people in their daily life or make our nation more secure. Those are, I think, some of the biggest issues. And also, Jamie, she hasn't come and done an in-person town hall where she interacts with people like you and I are doing for about 6 years. And I think that's a huge issue. Like, she's not accountable to the people. She's not accessible. Since we started, we've done over 200 in-person town halls. People can come ask me any questions they want, just sort of like you just did right now. I think that's the type of interaction that we need and we deserve from our elected officials.